What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today, in the review box, we have one that has been highly anticipated. This is the Hot Wheels Premium LaFerrari. This is the brand new casting, not have anything to do with the old casting as far as I know. So, let's go ahead and see if a 10-year, 11-year difference has made the difference for Hot Wheels and the LaFerrari. So, getting things started with our casting. So, getting a quick look at our proportions, they are mostly good. I will say that it does not sit quite as wide as it really should. It's a little bit too skinny, but it's just barely noticeable. Like, if you don't have any true 1/64 scale LaFerraris in your collection, you won't notice that this one's actually a little bit skinny. It looks quite good. So we'll go ahead and pop it in next to the real-life car there so you can kind of get an idea of what you're working with here. Looks pretty solid in my opinion, no real complaints. When we break the casting down here, so almost everything you're going to see painted red here, that is going to be your die-cast metal chunk. And then your base is also going to be metal. This splitter section is all a part of your base. And then your main body actually branches down into this little nose divider thing until about here. That's where the two separate. Now, if we come to the back here, you'll see that the base lifts up into this diffuser and kind of all this section as well, which looks quite nice. There's a nice kind of break going down here, but that's not a casting break. It's just kind of a line that they have replicated in, and they're replicated quite well. We do have a plastic roof on this one, but it's been given a deco treatment that is so nice that you can barely even tell that it is done in plastic. Now, if we kind of look at the rest of the casting here, there is, again, that same detailing going down the windows pieces. All your body lines are going to be very nicely replicated as a whole. Like, I think it's been done quite well. Now, these mirrors are plastic as well, and they're actually a piece of the interior that's sticking out through a little hole in the window. So that is definitely some unique engineering, and honestly, kind of surprised that Hot Wheels was able to get away with that. On the casting overall, I'm going to give it an A. So for our paint and deco, so this is definitely like a bright red. So the last Hot Wheels LaFerrari was done in a darker red, kind of the more traditional Ferrari red that you think of now. Now, whereas this one has been given that bright red, which I love. I absolutely love that, like, Scuderia Corsa or whatever color they call this. I think it just looks absolutely phenomenal. And as of right now, this is the only one that has been announced, the only one that we know of that is coming. But I would be shocked if there wasn't another one coming probably next year in Boulevard or Car Culture somewhere. In the paint and deco department, I'm going to give it an A-, but only because I love everything they did, but it got a little messy down here. So that's kind of a mistake that I can't live with. I mean, I'm going to live with it, but only because I have other LaFerraris. Moving into our details, so let's get started up front here. So we do have two headlight tampos. They are been done quite nicely, like no real complaints here. Some tampo work here for the front vents, and you get the Ferrari logo right there, looking good. Down here, you do get meshing. This is a piece of the interior, I believe, and it looks quite nice. It's been done quite well. And then we have this tip of the splitter thing, extra splitter thing, has been painted as well, which looks quite good. Coming down the sides, you have wheels that are like very accurate to the presentation car, so that's kind of cool. If you really want to go all out, you can take a silver paint pen, or not a silver, a yellow paint pen and give a little dot in there to kind of replicate Ferrari badges in there. You do get the Ferrari shield over here on the side, which looks good, but other than that, there's really not a lot to speak of coming down to the sides here, other than you do have this line that we talked about earlier. When you come to the back section, you do get full taillights. That line, it comes all the way back through here as well. Ferrari logo there, LaFerrari. The exhaust kind of rain light thing is painted. Not the exhaust, the rain light thing is painted. The actual exhaust tips are not painted, but I guess that's all right. Interior details, you can see the engine back there. And then other than that, it's basically the standard Hot Wheels treatment as far as the details go. But overall, it's still very solid. So with all that, I would say I give the details probably an A+, honestly, when you consider it's Hot Wheels. Moving into our roll test, it's a Hot Wheels Premium, so obviously it's going to roll. But I will say, it actually catches on the front wheels especially. So it is not a very, like, smooth roller. Very interesting from Hot Wheels. When I put this one on the scale, it comes out to be 47.68 grams, so it is definitely a hefty one and feels very, very good in your hand. So pros and cons, getting started with our pros. A big pro right out of the gate is that this is a huge improvement over the last LaFerrari. I think this one looks quite a bit better, but I realistically didn't have any beef with that old one. I thought it was quite okay. The other big pro I'm going to give it is the engineering of the casting. I think they did a really good job with it, especially with the mirrors and how they poke out from the interior. That's a very, very good design. The tampo work is all done pretty nicely, even like these little areas back here, which they easily could have ignored. They went ahead and put little black tampos back there just to kind of push it over the top for what they typically do, and it really does show. I think they did a very nice job. When it comes to the cons, though, there's really only one that we need to talk about, and it is the paint up here on this front splitter. So I'm not sure if this is caused by like rubbing in the blister pack or whatever, but something is causing this paint to kind of chip and not look as good. And I have seen that on a healthy amount of these. So I have actually only seen the one that I own here, in the wild at least. When it comes to the local diecast shows, I saw about 3 or 4 of them at the most recent one, and I think 2 of them had that chipping up front, so it does seem to be a common issue. For some quick size comparisons, here we have it with the original Hot Wheels LaFerrari. This one was in the basics, the main lines, many, many years ago, probably about 11 years ago now. And then over here on the right, you have the Burago Ferrari Daytona SP3. And here we have it with a couple of premium Ferraris, with the Kyosho Ferrari FXXK and the BBR Ferrari 296 GTB. So with all that out of the way, let's go over our final questions here. Did this one live up to the hype? Because the hype was absolutely insane surrounding this one. I would say yes, mostly it did. There's a few things I would like to have fixed, a few things I probably would have done ever so slightly differently. But on the whole, this one lives up to the hype and the expectations that the community had put for it. Is it a good value for your money? Yes, on a couple of conditions. So this one is decent. Obviously, it's pretty good. At the $8 price point that you're going to find it on pegs for, that is okay and that is acceptable. Some places still haven't raised their car culture prices, so if you can find it for like the $6.50, it's definitely worth it. But I would not pay more than that, because if you're paying like 20 bucks for it, at that point you might as well get the Centauria because it is full premium version. Community feedback has been good overall. Again, there's been some gripes, there's been a few complaints. The community isn't overall, like, it's not a unanimous choice that this is the best LaFerrari or anything like that, but it's overall a happy community. So there are better LaFerraris out there at decent prices. There are others that are like similar in price to this. You got the Tomica Premium as well as the Tomica Basic, which you can get for usually anywhere between like 8 to 12 bucks between the two of those. Those do not have mirrors though, and I think that puts Hot Wheels a little bit over the edge, is their mirrors. But really, that's the choices. If you're like trying to save as much money on a LaFerrari, you're gonna come to the Tomica Basic or maybe the Tomica Premium, or this. So if you can find this at the prices that they ask in the store on the pegs, then absolutely I would say this is the way to go. Other than that though, it's going to be a personal decision. So do I recommend it? Yes, but maybe not to everyone. And that will wrap up this review, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to leave a comment down below telling me what your thoughts are on the new LaFerrari from Hot Wheels, and I will see you guys in the next video.